Hi, I'm Doria Martingayle. I'm a third year on the women's track and field and cross country teams. I'm a distance runner, and something that people don't know or wouldn't really expect from me is that I wrestled growing up. My dad and my older brother wrestled. My older brother wrestled starting from the time he was 5 until he was 16, and he loved the sport. I loved going to tournaments and watching him in matches and everything, and I was just really competitive and kind of a tomboy growing up. I did club team with the high school that I was zoned for in Virginia Beach, and I joined my middle school team in 6th grade, and so on the middle school team, I was the only girl, and I was the only girl actually in the city who started, I think, for all 3 years that I was in middle school. So it wasn't really common. I think I wrestled against one girl the entire time I wrestled in a tournament. It was hard, kind of like going through elementary, middle school, which were already pretty awkward times in life, being the only girl. Carrying around my wrestling backpack on match days, but I had fun with it. We'd dress up for matches, and I would wear high heels and a dress on the day of the matches, and sometimes I wouldn't even let people know that I was a girl by wearing a cap or wearing something so people wouldn't know till after the match. But yeah, I rose up slowly. I was able to become, my middle school was team captain by 8th grade, which was really exciting and something that probably hadn't happened in the city before, but yeah, I gained a lot of toughness and resilience from it for sure. Wrestling is a really brutal sport. I have a lot of respect for people who do it, especially now at the college level. I'm friends with a lot of the people on the UVA team, and practices are a real grind. I always feel like the matches weren't close to as difficult as practices were, because it's just so much longer, and you really do have to build up an endurance to be going live for so long and to be going through endless drills. And that taught me a toughness that I think has really helped in races. When I get tired in races, just like going and finding that extra gear is kind of what I would learn to do with wrestling. Like when I would get super tired, finding that extra strength and being able to complete the workout, the practice, or the match. I remember I had this coach for a little bit at a club team I was going to, and he would always say things like, "You got to be tough, don't be like a girl," to all the guys while I was sitting in there. And all these parents would say to my parents, like, "What do you think that's going to do for the boys, though, if she beats them? Like, if your daughter beats the boys, what is that going to do for them and their self-esteem?" And so my mom would always snap back and be like, "Oh, you want my daughter to play dumb in school too, to make your boy feel smarter?" So it definitely taught me to kind of stick up for myself and to fight for myself. And now it's kind of interesting because I want to go into sports journalism, which is another male-dominated field, and so it taught me that toughness that I need in a field like that. I really recommend to anyone who is ever interested in pursuing something that's not really normal for either like their gender or whatever they're doing in life, I definitely recommend it. Don't let kind of the expectations of what you should do decide what activities you get involved in or anything. Follow your passions, because I've made so many friends through the sport and so many memories that have really shaped me in ways that I couldn't have done otherwise. Good luck to the UVA wrestling team, who begins their season November 2nd. Make sure you make it out to Mem Gym multiple times this season and help them as they pursue an ACC title.